Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order, please?
What's the Big Mac 2023?
It's a brand new Big Mac, updated for 2023.
Why is it $70?
We put 100 gigs of flavor into this new Big Mac.
Fine, I'll get one of those. This is just the same sandwich. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is this year's Call of Duty game. Like I do with most Call of Duty games, I check out the free beta. Call of Duty scratches a very particular itch for me that seems to happen right around this time of year. Listen, I get it. I'm supporting mediocrity by playing most year's Call of Duties for at least a little bit. And yes, I'm going to call them Call of Duties. Duty. But it's a ritual I've been performing since 2009, and it's been a hard one to crack. Call of Duty was the first first-person shooter I ever played. Its gunplay is how I first learned to play the genre. And almost nothing to me in gaming feels more satisfying than racking up a triple kill or landing a sick shotgun blast. And in its first moments, the beta of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, it feels like home. Running around, getting those first few kills, it was great. Moving is less slow and clunky than it was in last year's game. The guns feel as good as they have throughout the PS5 generation. Seriously, nothing compares to the DualSense adaptive triggers. It is a game changer for feeling with a first-person shooter. Returning to the classic maps of 2009's Modern Warfare 2, confusing I know, was also a lot of fun. Modern Warfare 2, 2009, not last year's, was not only my first FPS game, it was my first M-rated game, and the reason for buying my first ever non-Nintendo console. Before getting a PS3 to play Modern Warfare 2, I had only ever had Nintendo consoles, and I'd only played Nintendo games. This purchase opened up a whole new world of gaming. Having the chance to play Favela and Estate and Rust again reminded me of those simpler times. Running down to the basement before or after school to get a precious few games in. Looking in awe at how realistic the graphics looked. Gasping at every twist and turn the story took. Being terrible at the game, but absolutely loving every minute of it. Those were the days, huh? Now, though I've mostly stuck with Call of Duty since 2009, the past few years have had a particular rough patch. While I really liked Modern Warfare 2019, the rest of the series' output since then has been relegated to good but forgettable, or bland and forgettable. Modern Warfare 2, 2022, was one of my most played PS5 games last year, and I cannot tell you the name of a single multiplayer map. Not a single one is worth remembering, except for the stupid border map and the stupid car map. Oh god, the Modern Warfare 2 maps in 2022 were not good. And don't get me started on Warzone. Warzone is by far the worst out of all the popular Battle Royale games. There is nothing fun about walking around for 10 minutes in a barely distinct gray map and then immediately dying. It is just bad, and I have never had any fun playing Warzone. So sure, I've enjoyed moments in the past few Call of Duty games, but it just hasn't been the same. The first time I got back on Estate, as flawed of a map it is, it felt maybe like it might be one of those special titles again. And then it hit. It's not 2009 anymore. It's not even close. This is a $70 game with no new maps at launch. Even though most of the older maps wiped the floor with the latest few Call of Duty games, it still feels incredibly lazy. It's just another vehicle to sell $20 skins in a first-person game. Call of Duty took all the wrong lessons from Fortnite's success and implemented them into its own awful battle pass and shop system. Maybe the campaign will be good. Maybe it won't. Activision doesn't seem to care as long as enough people keep buying the overpriced skins in a game where you don't even see them unless you're getting killed from behind. We all know Activision doesn't have the best reputation in the gaming world, but Call of Duty at least used to feel like a game and not just a shop or a means to increase shareholder value. The magic has been lost longer than I'd probably like to admit. Knowing that some all-time classic maps, like my personal favorite map of all time, Terminal, are returning, shouldn't have gotten my hopes up. I was just hoping that maybe bringing the past back would have brought back a spark, a glimmer of that creative energy that Call of Duty used to have with its maps. Instead, it just feels more depressing. I'm not a kid anymore, and I can recognize what Call of Duty has become. And yet I'm still chasing the joy that person had in playing these Call of Duties year after year after year, knowing well in my brain that it probably will never be as good as it was again. I guess this is growing up.